Hi, Woolly Thistlers. My name is Kim, and I am a yoga teacher and a knitter based in central Alberta in Canada. And every month, I do these little yoga segments as a way to help you undo all the knots and become a better knitter. Okay, so you can find me on Patreon where I do yoga every month for patrons. I also offer meditations and recipes and sometimes the odd knitting pattern as well. You can also find me on Instagram and on Facebook and on Ravelry. Today's yoga offering is a short segment that I took from an hour-long class that my patrons have access to. And it's all about a sequence of poses I do just before bed. Ever since my daughter was in utero, I've had trouble with my hips. And this yoga practice makes it so that I can sleep comfortably without being woken up by sore hips. Fairly regular. It's a wonderful practice. It's a great way to unwind. It's a good addition to your bedtime sleep hygiene routine, and I do hope you enjoy it. And one of the great ways to manage hip tightness is to do a little series of simple stretches, preferably right before bed. So let's get into it. Use your core to gently roll yourself down onto the mat and stretch your feet away from you. Let's point and flex a few times to get the feeling and sensation that we want to. So put your hands on your quads and notice when you flex, what happens to your quad muscles. Do they feel just a little bit more engaged? When your toes are pointing up, that's what we want. So keep the left foot flexed with toes pointing up. That's going to be your anchor. And float the right leg up until you can catch behind the thigh. All right, so you might be, down here. Doesn't matter as long as you're feeling a stretch. So bring the leg up to wherever that stretch is happening. And really just settle into it. So at the same time as you're getting the stretch through the back of the leg, you're also noticing that your hip points, both hip points, are glued down onto the floor. And you're noticing how much stability you've gotten from that anchored left leg. Then you're going to flex and point the right foot, feeling that movement and stretch all the way up the leg. Simple. You can do this in front of the TV at night before bed. No one is even going to think you're weird. And then take a couple ankle circles in both directions. Just noticing how you're opening and creating movement and flow through the ankle and the foot, all the way to the toes. Good. Okay. That anchored leg, your left leg, you're now going to bend the knee and bring it up and take this top leg and fold the foot over your left thigh. Right, so we're in a thread the needle kind of position, and if this is enough for you and you're feeling a stretch, awesome. If you want to go a little deeper, lift that left leg up and draw it towards you. You want to make sure your right foot stays flexed. This is to protect your knee. Your knee likes to go forwards and backwards, and it's really good at it, but it doesn't really like it when you torque it side to side. So keeping the right foot flexed anchors the knee a little bit and keeps it a little safer when we do these stretches, so that the stretch can go where we want it to, which is the outer hip. And then if you want to go deeper, you're going to give yourself a gentle rock side to side. Whoop. And when you get to that tight spot, maybe that's where you want to hang out. Don't forget to breathe. Slow your breath down. Oh man, that feels good. We'll do one more little rock. Hold in the tight spot.
feel it softening. Like butter that you took out of the fridge and then, you push your finger into it and it doesn't move. It's totally cold and hard. And then you wait all day and it's summer and your kitchen's warm. And then you come home and you push your finger into the butter and the butter's soft and your finger just gets covered in grease. Well, that's what we want, nice soft buttery hips. Okay, we're going to come back to center, take that right leg and really cross it, so like fancy dinner table cross, so that the thighs are squeezing together. And then reach up and grab for your shins or ankles or feet, whatever you can reach, and pull everything towards you. The shoulders, the head, the back, totally settled onto the mat. Right, so if this isn't available for you, you could use a strap. It would be kind of tricky because you need to circle the strap around this foot and then circle the strap around that foot and then pull, but you could do it. You don't need a fancy yoga strap. You can use like a house coat tie, or you could use like 2 tea towels around each foot. The strap doesn't have to be connected. You are clever and you are ingenious and you can find a way. So, one more deep breath here. Then release. And we're going to take the arms out to the sides and roll to the left. Oh my goodness. Until the legs come down. And your right shoulder might come up. And if that's the case, maybe take the arm into a goalpost instead. Or in any position that allows for no tingling in the hands. And if it feels good for you, you could even sweep the arm up and down. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just sweep the arm up and down, either sliding the fingernails across the floor or hovering the arm in the air. And just allowing the shoulder to get this beautiful stretch as well. Do one more breath in and out. Good. Unwrap the feet and draw yourself back to center. Reset and slide the legs away from you. That's one side. Before I do the other side, just take note of how your right side feels compared to your left side. This is the hot butter at the end of the day. This butter's been in the freezer. So we better melt both sides. So we are going to flex the right foot, so we've got an anchor. Draw the left leg in and grab behind the leg, wherever that is. If you need to do a little sit up to grab, that's fine too. And this is another opportunity to use your strap if you wish. So hold wherever feels comfortable and then draw the leg towards you while the hip points are still glued down onto the mat. So we're not lifting anything, we're not twisting, we're not doing sit-ups. It's all just an isolated stretch through the back of the leg. And once you've found that edge, you're going to point and flex the foot a few times. Go slow. Make it delicious. Like you want to eat this butter. Yum. I think we all probably were or know a kid who used to eat butter, just butter. I was that kid. And to be honest, I probably still would just eat like a tablespoon of butter and enjoy it. Okay, we're going into circles. But I do try to restrain myself. I'll eat it in things like icing or, well, pretty much anything delicious. So circle in both directions, paying attention to what's going on and how you're opening. Good. Okay, wonderful. Draw that right knee up, place the left foot over top, and draw it in. Thread the needle with the flexed left foot. If you're good where you are, stay there, but if you'd like to add that rock from side to side, I like the rock because it really is like opening a book on where I'm tight. Oh, goodness. And it doesn't really matter. I could do this every day and I would still find the same tight spots. But that's why you should do it every day. It keeps things from getting worse. When we do a lot of sitting, and I know most of us do, all the stuff gets tight in all the wrong ways. So it's important, so important, to take the time to take care of you. All right, fancy dinner sitting, so thighs are squeezed together. Do your little sit-up so you can grab, your thighs, ankles, or feet and draw them in towards you. This is a very pretzel-y pose, but it is good for you. It's actually, it's a reclined version of fire log, and if you've ever done the full fire log pose, this is much, much nicer. Much, much nicer. So there's a belief among some that we hold emotions in our body as well. So we don't just have stuck muscles or adhesions or fascia, we have stuck emotions too. And it is believed that anger hangs out in the hips, which is interesting. So another great reason to release the hips and do these stretches. You don't want to hold on to that SHIT. But when you're doing the true fire log pose, you may find you have an irresistible urge to punch something. That's how intense this pose is if you're doing it the other way. So I'm glad we're doing it the nice way today. I don't feel like punching anything. It's good. Okay, release the hands, and we're going to roll the feet all the way to the floor on the right side. And then notice what happens to that left shoulder, probably hovering somewhere. You can either let the arm just be heavy out to the side, you can take a goalpost, or you can be dynamic and slide the fingers on the floor or in the air, up and down to release that shoulder. There's so much happening right here. There's definitely something in your hips, there's something in your shoulders, and the spine is getting a lovely twist. The organs are getting a lovely squeeze. The lungs are breathing in a way they're not used to, which is very good for you. It's just good all the way around. Okay, last one. Okay, we'll unwrap, bring everything to center. To recalibrate, draw your knees in, pull yourself into a tiny little ball, maybe rock side to side a little bit. And open up for your very best, most wonderful, perfect Shavasana. Your warm butter now. And all you have to do is hang out. Let your prana flow by being completely relaxed. Notice all the parts of your body that may have been tight before, that probably aren't now. And feel your prana, feel your life force just coursing, buzzing, thrilling through your body. Completely unrestricted, unblocked. Everything is balanced and perfect and happy. Your body can get down to what's really important now, like digesting, healing, and resting, which is probably something you don't do enough of. With every exhalation, take it as an opportunity to breathe away any garbage that you don't need. Doesn't serve you. Poof. Exhale. Gone. You can even feel the prana flowing in your face. Tingling through your skin, along the jaw muscles, around the eyes. Beauty rest. That's what we're getting right now. So take a few more deep breaths, really nourishing breaths. And know that no matter where you're going from here, it's going to be good. Make your way up to standing. Sorry, not standing. Seated. Any way that feels good. You can roll onto your side. Always makes me think of first aid. Push yourself up. Rock and roll, whatever it is. Come on up. Find your happy seat. Notice how much easier it is to sit in a meditation position now. Bring your hands to your heart. And thank your body for working so hard. Thank your mind for letting you concentrate on yoga instead of everything else. And know in your heart, self-care, self-love. It's a good thing. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.